What is up, you beautiful people? Alright, wanted to dive into, if you ever had the thought of like, man, this guy's weird, whether it's online, whether it's meeting me in person and seeing I don't really talk as much in person as I normally do on these little internet videos. Let's explain. So, prior to these last 5 years of reflecting and evolving and adding and dropping shit that I think is, going to add or detract to my life as far as stresses and shit like that. Before that, I was a decade in as far as relationship, taking care of a family, and at this point in time, I was complacent, and that's okay. When I was looking back and first reflecting, I was kind of upset because I felt like I should have known better, I should have known more, I should have done more with my time. But what has given me more understanding is, and a lot more leniency, is that I knew what I knew, and I can't beat myself up for not knowing more, because it's just our experiences and what we know. So once I was able to do that and realize, like, okay, I've literally put myself in this box away from society, away from meeting people, away from gaining new experiences, and just doing what I had to do as a father. And what I've come to understand and realize, or just even put together, is I can't be angry at the fact that I should be somewhere, in my mind, better or sooner or whatever it is. That it just is what it is. And the inability to advance and evolve and branch out and meet new people and gain new experiences literally put me in a box to where when I became single again and I'm re-assimilating myself into society, along with this mental health trip that I went on as far as personal growth and development, looking at us, looking at our minds and how we can get better. Come up to the realization that, as deep diving as I can do, as much as I would like to solve and figure out why our fucking country and people in this world or their human psyche is shit, I'd like to help people get out of that rut, because I was in a rut. Some people are comfortable in that. Some people are okay with where they're at, and that's fine. I've come to the more understanding, like, who the fuck am I to tell someone how to live? Like, that's always what comes to my mind when I become ever too critical. Like, who the fuck am I? So don't ever think I'm ever too high on the horse. Like, I always question my thoughts. But I'm also understanding of my position, understanding what I believe in, understanding the tone and message I want to put out. So I'm no longer second guessing myself. Because why do I? Only time I second guess myself was when I'm trying to get a message out to you guys, and I didn't think it was hit clearly or understood. So that's the only time I really feel like I need to second guess myself, but I really shouldn't. It's just more so trying to care about the product, care about the message, and making sure it hits and lands in a specific way. But yeah, that's me, man. So now, been out of the public eye, been out of the public, just functioning with them for the last, 10 years, and then add 5 more years of reflecting and then not really caring about putting myself out there, being the introvert, converting to an extrovert, and taking note of everything that I was, reflecting on, and trying to make it relatable to everyone. Because it's not just male dominant or female dominant, or whatever else in between. Like, we're all human. We all experience things. We all have emotions. And I think we definitely need to take time to figure that out. Figure out ourselves, figure out our emotions. Because then we will figure out why everyone else moves, and you're gonna come to the realization, like, people get mad when you're analyzing and they are a subject. It's like, why are you mad? Like, it is what it is. Like, the one thing that I will suggest, and I'm not telling people how to live, is to make sure that you're good with yourself, make sure you're good with your personality, make sure you're good with everything, and make sure you understand what comes along with it. So if you're going to be a harsh, brazen person, understand what comes with that. If you're going to be happy, loving, understand what comes with that. Understand everything And if you're okay with that, then move forward. Go along with your day. That's it. That's the main message that I'm pushing out. Make sure you're good. Are there many other lessons and key little things that I'm adding on? Yes. But the main message here is to make sure you are good. Make sure that you are happy with where you're at, your personality, the way you are at, with the way people react to you. Well, that's it. That is literally all I'm trying to do. I'm not thinking I'm better than anybody. This is literally me sharing messages about myself that I have learned and I'm willing to talk about because it doesn't affect me as far as holding me down. So, that, being so invested in personal growth and development, when I was reassimilating into society, that's all I could fucking talk about. Literally it was all in the forefront of my mind. And over time, I've come to understand that, not everybody is about that. Not everyone is willing to talk about that. So, what do I got to do now? I got to find conversations that people are willing to talk about because I want to have conversations. But now, when you're out here in the public and you're out here assimilating society, you got to figure out, well, what the fuck do people want to talk about? And there's a lot of shallow stuff that we can talk about, whether it's sports, music, pretty much whatever, but I don't know what people like. I don't know what to think, and I always overthink about what even to say. So, that's what I'm battling, is how to be cool, how to be relaxed and calm and have a cool conversation with people you don't know. Like, I could do that in my car. I do that, luckily, with my job. I've been converted from an introvert to an extrovert by meeting conversationalists who know how to speak and not necessarily be pushy on their own ideas, just more so just trying to hear what your thoughts are. And that's converted me to being an extrovert when I was heavily an introvert, heavy in my own thoughts, heavy in my own mind, heavy in my own opinion. And then realizing, fuck, I didn't know shit, And so just turning my whole personality 180 from all of this personal growth and development, all these little life lessons, all these experiences. And that's me, man. And I've took a deep dive back in 2020, looking at our political climate, looking at our climate as a society, seeing everybody losing their shit, short on many situations, and doing some stupid shit, finding themselves, getting themselves in trouble, and it's because they didn't have no understanding of their emotions, have their understanding of their country, and how we allow different types of thinking, and we got to understand that we can't allow our thinking and thoughts to be a part of us so much so that when we see something different that we are now disrespected for them being themselves. So, I don't know. I kind of rambled on. That's what I do. I do a lot. But I do care. I do care about us. I do care about the men. We are fathers. We are brothers. We are husbands. We're friends. So, I definitely know that the higher percentage of my viewers is about like 83% male, 17% women, female. And so, I'm going to try to branch out into what I think women will engage with. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens then. But for now, yeah, man, people do give a shit about us, whether you think it or not. But we can't do that. We can only help so much. It takes you to actually make some changes and shit. So, it took me a lot. It took me a lot. I had to calm down on my wanted to help everyone because, like I said, not everyone wants to help. Not everyone thinks that I'm credible for the help or credible for the sources or credible with this knowledge. So, they have every right to question me. But, what I've learned and what I've come to take from that is just lead by example now. All right, you've had all this information, you regurgitated it, you said everything you thought was right and it would help people. Now let's take that, which I've done over these past 4 years, 5 years, build it up, and now I'm more confident than ever. I'm more comfortable in my skin than ever. That's why I can speak about these things and not really care about if anybody tries to use any of this information against me, because there's not really much you can do. You can't make me feel little. I am knowing all of my weaknesses. I know all of my strengths, and that's it, reassimilating into society. It's not easy as far as someone who's been out of it for almost a decade. So give yourself, if anybody who's been in a long relationship and boxed themselves in because they felt like they needed to please their partner, no, it's going to do damage to you when you are back out in society and you don't know how to talk to people. So just be aware of that. Give yourself some time, give yourself some space, give yourself some thoughts, and reassess how you want to move and go forward. That's it. That's all I got to really say about, us. And hope anytime I come out and speak my mind and say what I think, it doesn't come off as arrogance or I'm better. It comes off as I'm wondering, I'm curious. I had a conversation with someone the other day and they're like, man, you're smart, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not here trying to be anything other than I'm fucking curious, bro. Like, I'm just curious. Like, to me, a smart person can take all these things I'm curious about and teach somebody that shit. That's what a smart person is to me. Me, personally, I'm just curious. Now, can being curious lead to being smart? Possibly. But to me, myself, my own understanding of my own self, I can't grasp things for like long periods of time. I have to do things in short periods of time and just study and come in. So that's how I learned. And if I want to be smart, I can teach those things. That to me is what smart is. Me bringing up ideas and conversations and being curious about them, that doesn't make me smart. That just makes me curious. And I think we have a big misunderstanding about that. Like, just because I'm curious doesn't mean it means I'm something. It means I'm fucking higher or lower or whatever. I don't know. That's just me, dude. I just be really talking about some shit. Be really thinking about some shit. I be driving a lot. I have a lot of time to think about these thoughts. So don't ever think this is just some bullshit. Literally, my thoughts. Put in the air. My brain. No one else's. Mine. No influence. Mine. My thoughts. My experiences. So, if that's not enough, shit, man. I can't help you. I cannot. So, I don't know. The anatomy of someone who gives a shit. That's me. I do. But I also know. Let's fucking continue. You can't be too fucking positive, man. I was on that super positive tip, loving everything, which optimistically, yeah, that's what I am. I'm optimistic about a bunch of shit. But being like I can't. Like, I am a mixture of happiness and sadness and mad and joy. That's who we are. I can't just project happiness. Like, that's not what I am. That's not what we are. We're a mixture of everything. So, how I'm feeling at the time, happy. How I'm feeling at the moment, whatever it may be. So just pay attention, I guess, whenever I'm posting something. I'm very open, very clear. At least try to be. But we'll see, All right, well, that's Riding with Your Uncle. Got some thoughts, how to want to share. And kind of, I'm going to keep saying how, because some people watch this, some people don't. Some people are on the timeline, some people will see it another time. And I will repeat how being reassimilated into society after being, in a relationship for long periods of time is not easy. Give yourself a chance, give yourself a break, and also love yourself. All right, that's all I got to say, baby. Peace.